Today, I want to talk about chocolate. Sweet, juicy chocolate that is melting in your mouth and makes your day. Well, of course, chocolate is, well, a product that we have and a product that I have a huge problem with. And that is because we are producing chocolate, or we have been producing chocolate up to this point passively with our bakeries. But with the advent of investors, and especially skyscraper investors, the chocolate demand is just going through the roof. So passively we're producing 12 tons of chocolate at the moment, and this is not gonna cut it anymore for a long time by far. And the problem here is that just pushing more bakeries at this point probably also will not cut it, right? So we are already having all the bakeries in here now with the trade union so that we produce the extra chocolate. It doesn't unfortunately, stack with any other chocolate production, passive production building or so. So in my understanding, we're pretty much at the end of what we can do here. Also, just producing more bread is not advisable, as, we just have to get rid of all the bread and we have to, well, get a lot of grain in, and grain is also something that we cannot produce that much more. So in this case here, chocolate is done for, at least the passive production. We're not gonna get rid of that by, oh no, but we will need to find a new source of it. Let's just check it out. So we're having a demand of 29 right now. We can probably reduce that demand with some propaganda in the future, but for now I would like to work on at least getting another, let's say 20 tons of chocolate in from somewhere. We could even say 25 tons to play it safe. So of course we need to head back to Manola, and here we do have a bit of a problem because Manola is quite nice and big and old, right? But it has no chocolate. Also, our other island that we have has no chocolate fertility. So we can use, of course, the hacienda, but last time I checked, let's just check this out, right? We have the cocoa here, but oh yeah, we have sugarcane. Tobacco is the one that is missing. So okay, we have something to hope for. How much coffee do we produce out of one of them if it gets boosted? If it gets boosted with the fertilizers, with the working conditions, we can look at 250% productivity, which leads to around 3 tons of chocolate per minute. That means we need quite a few of them. Probably around 6. Let's just check it out. The hacienda range is nice, right? It is huge, in fact. So we do have some room here to work around with that. Right now we're producing the cotton plantation, or the cotton here. So let's just see how far we can move it away. Yeah, probably all the way over into this terrain, right? If we have it somewhere like here, let's just see. This works out great, actually. Let's move it. Get the roads going, get another warehouse going somewhere over here, and with that I just need to fiddle around with some of those fields. I think this was the only one, and this one, and this one, right? So these are the only ones that we have now. By the way, newspaper guy, let's just stop the auto publishing for the next edition, because I want to adjust this one here, right? We have enough influence to work here around with, and I think the 5 happiness we can get rid of for another consumption reduction propaganda, the 20 that we have. I think this could work out nicely for our demands that we have, since there's really not that much room to have more production growing. Now, in this case, I just need to take this one here, the Hacienda Coffee Farm, right, and just plant it somewhere else. It needs to be, of course, in range of the Hacienda itself. Let's just see if we have it here. Now we can adjust it with the cocoa. And this one here leads now to the production. Now, let's just see, right? We can have a full row of them here. This one needs to have its field adjusted though. What is that? There's a road in here. Interesting. Okay, so there we have this one going up, and then I'm probably going to have this one on the other side. Just fine. And then we have it. 11 of them, in fact, that we can squeeze in here. Let's build the first ones. These guys, all the way up to my warehouse, and then another bunch here. Alright, so this is fine, but it leads to another problem that we have immediately, and that's fertilizers. We're already looking at a very low fertilizer storage, and with that we're raising our consumption now to 9 tons out of the 8. So in this case, we do have them over here. There is a lot of dung being produced. How's my dung production looking so far? Can we check this? Oh, we can check it. Very nice. We still have a surplus there. Very good. So I'm gonna squeeze in some more of my fertilizers work. 2 more. They consume steam motors though, so we gotta be careful there. As long as they're in the range of the hacienda, they just work fantastically fine. And with that, let's check it out once again. Dung is now unequal, but fertilizers should be fantastic. It is, with a bit of a buffer in between, so I don't even need to build any additional farms for now, as that ratio is working out. Now let's upgrade this warehouse here 2 times, and can we already see the total production for chocolate? No, we can't see it is 8 tons it is right now. That's not enough, so the boosting is not working yet, right? Which will lead then to 16 tons. They're not boosted at the moment. This is something to consider, and also boosting them by another 50% is something I would like to do as well. Of course, as always, let's have a police station. Do we not have a police station here? Could someone please crucify me? It's impossible that I'm forgetting the freaking police station in the middle of my industry zone. There's no police station. Where are the comments? People should have told me. I blame my viewers for this entirely. By the way, here we do have a nice another slot that we can use, and this is not possible though. This is not possible, but that's okay. Okay, that's problem solved number 1. Problem number 2 though is that, yeah, cocoa is not the only thing that we need for juicy chocolate. Before it can melt in our mouth, it also needs sugar. And the sugar needs the sugar cane. Sugar cane is something we have at least on this island, but don't forget it takes a lot of space. And the production ratio is rather fast, and look at that, the sugar refinery will get boosted, so it produces 4 tons of sugar per minute. Now for the sugar cane, let's just check this out. We got the caoutchouc here. How much further can I push them? Probably all the way back. Yeah, why not? Right, that's my caoutchouc. We're gonna need a bit more of caoutchouc, by the way, so I could also already work with some fertilizer here to boost them. There you go. Get this one out of the way, have another warehouse here, and get me at least another one in here. So not only do we boost them now, we are also getting another one. It's this one. There it is, and there it is. Gets also a fertilizer here at the end of this road for all to see. And this now gives me a bit of room here to work with some sugarcane plantation. So once again, we can just take the coffee, all right, and just place them here. And they're so tiny that we can really squeeze them in wherever we want. So let's get the first one going again and get the sugarcane in. Lovely. All of this, once again, at the cost of my fertilizers. This one should work out. Fantastic. This one we move a bit further up. Upgrade the warehouse and build me another warehouse over here. Upgrade it as well. We might even be able to use another one here. We are, absolutely, because you can use the fertilizer along the street and the fields then here in the back. Okay, so that's the sugarcane. That's the caoutchouc boosted. And all of this leads then to the chocolate factory that is producing 4 tons of chocolate every minute thanks to electricity. So it makes absolutely sense to have it in my industry zone. It's a relatively tiny building by comparison. So we're gonna have those 3 here. 2 of them are getting affected by Ferraz already. So let's have them here and be done with it, right? Because with the Ferraz boosting, like we're getting already 4 out of a baseline, so it's 6 tons per building. 6, 12, 18, 24 tons of chocolate that we get out of the single block here. And let's build it right away. It's super cheap, right? Chocolate, 24 tons of planks and that's it.
What brings you here,
for this advanced good that we have. We still need the sugarcane refinery. This one we're not gonna boost, but I mean it's already getting boosted thanks to having electricity, right? Still, to achieve the same thing we need 2 more up here. In fact, I need to pause one. I miscalculated here. This one I pause, or let's actually pause this one and activate that one, because it also gets boosted by Salvador with 100% productivity boost. All right. And instead of its usual workforce, the building employs Artista workforce and produces chocolate in addition. Can you believe that?
We are out of room.
So you can actually have the chocolate factory producing passively extra chocolate with Salvador. I love it. Yeah, it affects the chocolate factory. That's just really cool stuff. Okay, very nice. And with that, we have enough chocolate now rolling in. We have another product in Manola that's already being produced that we need in Sleepy Hollow. And it's looking at my animal farms again. And you can see here this white powder. And no, it's not dung or anything like that. It's in fact saltpeter that we produce passively out of the pastures when they're electrified. So all of the pastures here that have a road access give me saltpeter. And this leads us to having, pretty sure, that we're full on saltpeter at this point. Yes, 900 tons we have in. That's glorious, because we can make a new, really cool trade route now from Manola to Sleepy Hollow that is getting not only the chocolate, but also saltpeter. Who would have thought? Yeah, I'm gonna make this one, and then we're also gonna push the saltpeter, because we need saltpeter for dynamite, right? We need it for the ammunition, we need it for the military district. It's a really important good overall. And I'm gonna put the barnacle is actually somewhere else. The guzzler has not enough slots. Yeah, let's start with my Huikang. There shouldn't be need for any protection here, right? It's a very direct and short trade route, right? There's also just oil tankers of Miss Hunt, so she's not planning anything here. So let's get this one done. But of course, we're gonna build a bunch more. This was fun, honestly. This was just really fun to plan now and to implement. And since chocolate is so important, we have it fixed so that we can upgrade more people here. All right, let's head back to Mbeza immediately, because here I'm pretty sure we already finished now the indigo coming in. Very good. That's more than enough, by the way. And let's get this one back to Tabrim. In Tabrim, I would like to work on the tapestries now. We already have the linen rolling. And as far as I feel... Oh no, it's not. I'm not feeling anything. We're just gonna make this one in 50% and this one in 50% to get us more linen out, right? And that's already enough to push me one tapestry. I might even work on two. Let's get me one going for now, because I'm really not entirely sure. Oh wow, this needs 2 tons. It needs 2 tons. All right, might need more than. I just need a bit of tapestry, right? We're not gonna consume it, by the way. Where is it? There it is. Because it just gives me happiness. I don't care about happy and basins, really. I care about the quest for the banquet. This is what we're gonna use it for. So we get the dried meat and then the tapestries. We continue also by purchasing another share for Miss Hunt's main island. In this case, it's dropped again in value, but it's still fine. Still fine. By the way, we also dropped in income quite a bit. Let's have a look at my investors. Member club is required, and local mail production should be boosted. So let's check it out with the member club. We have one. Oh yeah, down there, right? All of these guys here and these guys here need a member club. So I'm gonna add me one for this district. There's the pub and the marketplace. Let's get rid of both of them. They're absolutely not needed here anymore. The same goes with the school, because we got now private universities. We don't need public schools anymore. We just throw them out and get me my member club probably here, because here this looks like a spot for something nicer. Okay, this will be tight. Let's actually make this cleaner looking, so the street goes all the way up here, and then we just have some trees and bushes. Ah, it's bigger than I thought. We need to get rid of these trees there again. I like these member clubs really pushed into a block, right? Makes them a bit more private looking, because that's definitely what they are supposed to be, private. By the way, we got a lot of engineers over here that need a bank. The bank is also a very, very important building, but we could get rid of this one and get us a small bank in. Unfortunately, there is no small bank, right? It's always just a massive building that we have. So it might be this one. Let's move those two somewhere else, like here. And then I would like to have... Oh, come on. There's still this tiny road. I would like to have the small bank building though. This one. Over there. This should also make a lot of engineers happier and boosts my income once again for all of these guys here, right? So there it is. Variety Theater is another one. I've really been neglecting the services, right? Look at that. The whole area here does not have a Variety Theater, but it has a school. Hooray. Let's move that one. Let's move that one. And this gives me room here now for a Variety Theater that we can use in this area, but it's not gonna be enough. Gonna have me another one. Yeah, instead of these guys there. And then we could probably squeeze in another one here, just for the heck of it, right? That makes a lot of artisans and engineers happy again, which is of course very much needed for us, and also gives me lots of income again. Next, it's also important that we continue with the next monument, as they all take a lot of time. The World Fair, as expected, is going to be in this area. That school will vanish at some point. For now, it's a construction site that gets its own smaller warehouse connection here. That should already be enough. Yeah, it has 5 phases, so it's going to take us quite some time. It needs workforce, cement that we have, and timber that we have to start phase 2 of our glorious great exhibition area that we can finish here then. There comes the goods for the banquet. And also we can take the blueprints right away and deliver them to Archie. Medium ammunition depot ready for construction. Gonna do this so that we provide now the ammunition that we need for my anti-armor gun. Sorry, actually a small ammunition depot is just fine, right? It also produces the shell ammunitions. I was a bit confused by the small shell ammunition depot and the shell ammunition. So there's no difference here, right? It's shell ammunition, but it's just a small one as the radius is not that big. So that's that. It's still fine, right? It still reaches them, and we can build now our armor piercer towers. Before we can actually build all of them though, I need to get more shell ammunition and also concrete then over. But I'm not expecting any bigger attack here for the moment, as we have our ships protecting us. And after some further negotiations that we also continue of course doing, we then need to proceed with delivering seafood stew to Ketiva. And look at that. Yeah, we're probably gonna lose this island here. I don't care because it served its purpose. There's not a fertility here that we need anymore, and it can actually get just poof again. And while we wait for all of that, I would also like to continue with upgrading my next blocks. Just in time, by the way. It should be here, right? There it is. We have it. The Research Institute has been unlocked. Look at that. We have now more tabs down here than the game provides. But of course, that's because we added a mod to the whole thing. And this gives me now the Research Foundations, the Research Institute Foundations, that we can now add to that city as well. And I'm actually planning it this time in the town center, the Research Institute. I've always been building it kind of like, you know, over here, a bit further away and mostly separated with train tracks. I reckon this is just not fitting it. We got the military district and we got now the research district right in the center with our researchers then. Yeah, let's build this one somewhere in here. I'm trying to get it into the center. And we'll just see how we can actually then also integrate the scholars into my city directly. I've never done it before. So the first phase is finished. The second phase also needs now cement and bricks then. So we can start with this right away, but we'll have now a problem that we're not having enough cement in, as the World Fair also needs it. Tobias is coming in 10 minutes, and we are, as far as I know, not importing any cement anymore. We could do it real quick. So, you know, we do have that unlocked. It should be somewhere here. And just use my horses. Should be a very good ratio there. 400 cement is more than enough. Because we also produce cement, of course, here. Do we produce them in all slots? Ah, this one's paused. Very interesting. And it's not boosted. Let's boost it. I think the sand we could get rid of at some point soon. But it's not a very high penalty we're getting out of it. So there it is. Cement rolling in again. For my 2 monuments that we are having now under construction, right? Of course, this is a bit of a strain on my workforce, as both of them need the worker workforce. So yeah, it's fine though. We might consider upgrading some more farmers over there to make it even, but now I'm lacking some farmers. Not that it really is an issue. Let's have some more over there. Should be more than enough, really. Alright, so this is rolling, both of them are gonna take some time. The cool thing is the Scholar District will just come in very nicely with the University and the Engineer Brick skins, right? So this should all fit together at the end of the day. Of course, this gives me now ample opportunity of using this area for more city space, which is probably what I should be doing. We will need to get rid of this one here again, cutting the train there for a second. Alright, because otherwise this is not gonna work. There's still the room here for a smaller monument. Doesn't mean that we need to have massive monuments everywhere. No idea what I'm thinking about here at the moment. What's going on? Oh, okay. My salt mines. I'm, by the way, also looking for some more islands here in Pesa, but as expected, they're all taken at this point. Not that much I can do about it. So I'm just immediately continuing with more housing than here and here on both sides of that. Also with their own ornaments already in, that we, by the way, can just take like this and copy to this area, for example. And then we also have these smaller blocks. This looks strange. That was a cut block out of the train station. Another one here. And then we can squeeze in some more housing in this area. There we have then a clay pit and a fresh water source. I'm gonna move this a bit further back. Trying to this is not gonna work, but this, right? And this, that's not it. This, the thing is, if I want to have a monument, it's probably gonna be somewhere here, right? So I'm gonna keep a bit of space available until we know what kind of stuff we are implementing here. The only thing we can do in the meantime before we upgrade them, of course, is adding the service buildings of the farmers. And also of the workers, so that we can upgrade all of them to artisans then down the road. And that means a school here. But this is just temporary, right? Until we have groomed them enough. And then we're probably also going to have another bridge in here. Going to the smaller island so that the workers from here can go to their workplace directly. Let's just, yeah, roleplay it like that. After some time, we can upgrade some artisans again. Finish this area. That was very much needed. Yeah, we have a lot of farmers now that we can upgrade, especially here. And then also a lot of artisans again. And this warrants now another power plant here at some point, right? We do need power for the Scholar District. We do need power for the World Fair. And we need power for all the engineers. So another power plant here, just next to the train, makes absolutely sense for us. And we could already plan this one, if I'm being honest. Power station. We do have one here. So we will probably have another one here somewhere. If we have it a bit further down, we could even take this into this district in, right? So, yeah, this works out nicely. Nope, we're actually not giving it all now. This looks better. Alright, so here a power plant makes sense. Let's get rid of the artisans. Alright, that's another one. Let's just copy this one in. And then we need another one somewhere over here. Don't forget though, World Fair and the Research Institute need to be powered up. So it makes sense here. And look at that. We have this pub here that no one really needs anymore. In fact, we have 2 pubs. I don't know how this came to be. And yeah, let's get rid of all of this. It's really not needed anymore. We can use that block moving it over, making space. We have these guys. Then I'm going to move over like so. And here we can have a power plant. Look just how perfect this fits in. Nice. It overlaps just fine with the other power plant a bit. Goes into my research industry. Takes the whole northern district here in. And it should even reach the World Fair. Perfect. That's a very good power plant here that we have. And the only thing we need to do is, of course, we need to get us a little exit here from the main hub or for the main bus. And this one goes then all the way over here. There it is. And I might once again use some walls to protect the people and especially the kids from dangerous tracks. One side is fine because on the other side we got the buildings, you know, and they're blocking it anyway. Let's build this one right away, as we do need the power sooner or later. Having this one connected. How much oil do we have? I'm really afraid to look, honestly. It's not bad. It's 500 tons of oil. It's really not that bad. I might get even more oil in here soon. Last but not least for this episode, let's also have a look at the military academy and build it. Boy, there's a lot of development. Hope you're not overwhelmed, and when I look at it from both sides, this looks like the main entrance here, right? It's a bit hard to read. Yeah, this is the main entrance. If I want to have it there. This one provides, it's got a huge range, so it really doesn't matter that much where it is, right? And it provides that range to these guys here, and they're now getting fulfilled with the military academy. There it is, gives me 30 more soldiers for each one of these houses. That's a lot. And it provides its own military campus buildings now, right? So it's this one there, where you can create a campus. A music pavilion, all right, and some pavements to accommodate that. How do the pavements look? So if I'm going here with the exit, does it work? This is not the same color though. Do we have upgraded it? Yeah, we have upgraded. It's not the same texture, unfortunately. Okay. We need to have the street connection though, so I'm gonna keep this one here. And then we're just having these pavements all around it, where people can walk, and then we can add some campus buildings. But not too many, because I think the variety is not there. But it's still really cool. Cool job on this building. I like it. It looks very modern. Yeah. We'll just see what we can do with that. So for now, that's a lot of buildings. We have 2 monuments under construction. We could also think about the cathedral. Look how the city's coming along. I love it. The chocolate should be in any moment now. And yeah, then we work on some propaganda to finally upgrade more skyscrapers. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.